Hey guys, it's me, Lua How To, and today I will be showing you how to, just the basics of Lua, of Roblox Lua. So, the first thing you will need to know is how to even get Roblox Studio. So as you can see, I have Roblox Studio here. I have some games, as you can see, but to download Roblox Studio, what you're gonna do is, let's see. You're gonna have to go to to roblox.com or create.roblox.com, and then what you're gonna do is it's gonna show like your accounts, I think, maybe. Anyways, but then it's gonna show get Roblox Studio. I think that's all the first thing that's so they just click download, go through all that, and yeah, and you have Roblox Studio right here. So first thing we're gonna do when we're in Roblox Studio, we're gonna create an experience because I'm gonna show you the basics of what's going on. Now, take what I say with a grain of salt. There's probably better ways to do it because I'm gonna make this video as if I wanted to like show the video to my past self. Because before, when I started making a Roblox game, I had no idea what I was doing. I just started. I mean, I already had some coding knowledge and scripting knowledge, but I mean, I learned to make it work. And also, just remember, there's always the Roblox what's called documentation. So basically, in Creator Hub dashboard, you could just click forum. To click forum, you can click on learn. You can search docs, and you could just search for whatever you need help with. So now, as you can see, we're in an open area. Now, this video is if you want to be able to program in Lua. If you want to be able to like make designs or make VFX, graphics, this isn't for me. This is for people who want to learn how to script or program in Roblox Lua. Just want to get that clear. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to save this to Roblox. So I'm not going to talk about collaboration yet. So yeah, when you click save to Roblox, it's probably going to show this. I don't know if it will, or if you just use file, and they'll do that. So then you can name your game. I'm just going to name it test, and you can see your description, the creator. Now as you can see, I have these creators. This is just duplicated for no reason, just so you know that. So if you want it to be like a group-owned experience so that other people can work on the game with you, and like you can, like if you start making Robux on the game, you can give it to other people. If you want multiple people, make it a group first. A group costs 100 Robux. So I don't know, ask it, just get money to do that, or you can please donate. Yes, please donate. But anyways, so you can use AVG Studios or well, no, that's for me. I'm gonna parent it to AVG Studios so I can show you how to make the game on a group. So then team create, data sharing. This is just for AI. You could turn this off if you want to, but I don't really care much about it. Now this is the devices you'll be able to use them on. I'm gonna add these ones. Well, it's not. This is what we're going to be focusing on: mobile and PC. Okay, so save, and bam, it saves your game. And it's gonna close out and it's gonna reopen. Don't worry, your game is saved. So yeah, now. It's going to show them should use your join live editing session or whatever your username is. So now, I don't know if this automatically opens for you, but you can right click up here and it'll show all of these things. This is live collaborators that's over here. It'll show all the people who are working on your game currently and where they are. And allow you to join them. So you see there's all of this stuff that even I have no idea how to use all of this. Like, I can use these, but I have no idea about these. Actually, I think I do, I just haven't tried it. But yeah, what we're going to be focusing mostly on today, not animations. But first, let's talk about tools. So there's multiple ways to create a tool, but inside the Explorer tab, which you probably have here, you can right click and then you can close that, you go to Explore. So what I did, you press this plus button and you can add all of these things, and there's a lot, so that's why I just search a tool and you'll find a tool. Okay, and now let me name this tool to anything. Basically, a tooltip is basically whenever you highlight over, let's say something in your inventory, then it's going to show that text. So I'll do sample text. Okay, so basically what starter player does is whenever the player who's ever playing your game clicks, well, when they join your game or when they reset their character, the stuff in starter player will get into their inventory. Okay, I'll explain more in detail, but first, let's see, look, it says requires here. This is in properties. It shows the properties of whatever you're looking at, okay? Everything has properties here. So as you see, it says requires handle. These checkmarks are Boolean, okay, true or false. Right now set to true, and then if I click it again, it will be false, it will be true. So you see, the terms delivered tool function without handle. Now, a handle is basically what you use to grab the tool. So I'm going to enter the part because it needs a handle. You have to name a handle for it to work. If you disable it, then it will show without the handle. Now, if we click play, as you can see, I spawn on here, and oh, I don't have the tool. Let me put a starter character scripts. I think that's the reason why. Yeah, there you go. Now I have a tool. So as you can see, this is anything, and when I highlight over it says sample text. Okay, and the handle is basically what it looks like. Now, if I put, it doesn't require a handle. Now, look, you see, I still have the handle, but it doesn't need one. So if I remove the handle, I've never actually tried it without a handle. So yeah, it just does this. It doesn't look like anything. So basically, you can use this to like whatever you tap, it'll do some kind of ability or something like that. Okay, let's talk about scripts. Now there's scripts, module scripts, and local scripts. We're going to be talking about local and script for now. Local scripts and scripts for now. We'll save module scripts for later. So what a module script is, a script control the item that the script is parented to. A local script, it runs code on the player's device instead of the server, as it just showed here. So how a script works is it runs on the server. Everybody will be able to use the script, you know. But a local script, it's used to get player input. Like if you want to detect if a player is pressing a key, the local player, which is the player that's running your game, like the client for the server. It's the player that's running your game. The server will check for everybody. Okay. So let's put a local script here inside anything. So now whatever this is underneath, that's its parent. Like this local script's parent is anything. Okay. And to this, it's a child. Okay, it's children, because it's gonna have multiple. Like I can place another local script and it has multiple children. So let's just call this test script. So first, let's talk about user input. Local players into game get players. Oh, not get service. We'll talk about that later. Get service players. Wait, that is okay. So whenever you use game get service, it gets the service. So like it will get the players here, because this is the player. These are all the services. You can get service, material service, or okay first, or okay storage, all that stuff. And with here, and there's way more that don't show here that you can get from this. And then local player. This is the player that's in your game. So you do players dot local player. You can only access this players dot local player inside a client script or local script, because that's how you get the actual player. A regular script will not know, because it knows everybody. It doesn't have a best friend. It just has, all of them are friends. Okay, it doesn't have like a best friend. But with this local script, and this is its best friend, you're its best friend, so it knows who you are. Okay, now local UIS. That's user input service. Game get service user input service. Okay, so UIs dot gets a property or a child. So that's what I'm showing you right here. So UIs dot input began. That's how you get the input of something. And then you do connect. Connect just connects a function. So let me create a function right here, local function. This is how you create a function. You type local function. You don't have to type in the local, but local just allows you to, it's basically only for this script. I don't really know how it works, but I just use local function. And then I'll type in use ability. Okay. Now input began connect use ability. Now whatever we type in, let's just put print hello. Printing puts this stuff in the console. You can press F9 to open the console, or you can press something else that I forgot. Anyways, you can right click up here and it'll use output, and it'll spawn here. You can choose the messages here. This is error warning system information, but I just set to all so that I know every single one. This is for client, so it's gonna show client ones here. I don't know why this shows in like everything. Just ignore it. Okay, so now as you can see, it says hello. Whenever you tap the screen, it says hello. Whenever you right click, it says hello. Whenever you move around, it says hello. Everything you do, it says hello. And even when you type in the chat, it says hello. So what we're going to do now here is we're going to put something called input. Now, it's basically what input does is basically what input does is it gives you the input of where, like we could print input. Just see what it does. It's better if I just show you. So now look, input object. So now I'm pressing like anything, you know. Now let's put input dot key code. Wait, no. Wait, oh yeah. So I see the input dot key code is still enum dot key code dot a, enum dot key code dot d. So enum is basically, how do I say this? I don't know how to explain it. You know? There's so many things that I'm not able to explain. But key code is a key press, you know. Like instead of saying input equals 3, you put input dot key code is equal to enum dot key code dot 3. If, which is an if statement, and an if statement will detect if this statement is true, then the code inside it will run. Let me just show you. Input dot key code is equal to, you have to put 2 equal signs, okay? 2 equal signs, remember that. Enum dot key code dot q. Then, or if you just press enter, I'll automatically put that. Now this code will run. Print using ability. Now if I press Q, it says using ability. Let me just recap this. Basically what we did was we got, whenever there's an input begins, we connect to this function here that will print the key code, the key we're pressing, and then it will get print that we're using ability every time you press the Q key. Now, the reason why I showed unknown was because I was tapping the mouse. This is why you click and right click on the mouse. To get the mouse, it's something different. If input dot what is it called again? Well, let me see. Enum dot user input type. There we go. So if input dot user input type is equal to enum dot user input type dot mouse button 1. That's how you get the mouse. Mouse button 1 is left click. Mouse button 2 is right click. Mouse button 3 is when you tap the middle button. They'll print tap. And let's not print the key code anymore because it's not really, key code is only for like the keys on the keyboard. There it goes, now it's working. So now whenever I tap the middle button, it will say tap. Not only that, but we can also use it to, you get the gyro, or gyro, I don't know what's called, but it's gamepad. It's for like, and this look, there's keyboard. So you can use for the keyboard, so it's any press on the keyboard. Okay, and there's also touch. There's so many things that we can do. And as you saw, there's none, which means that it's just none. Okay, so, but we don't have to do it so that it detects it, the mouse button 1. All we have to do is use activate. So let's change all this into print activate. Now this is where tools come in. So I think y'all may have forgot, but we made a tool called anything here. So what I want to do is that whenever we click while the tool is equipped, then it will print or do our ability. So first we will make a new variable. These are called variables. Well, I call them variables. And I'm going to name it tool is equal to, and then as you can see, Roblox, I think it's, yeah, I don't know, but it'll automatically do all of this. Now we don't need all of this, we just need this. Local tool is equal to script up here. And the parent of this script is, guess what, the tool. So we just have the tool. So tool.activated. It has a lightning bolt. That means it's an event. So when it's equipped, you can check when it's equipped, check when it's activated. When it clicks while the tool is equipped, that's what we want to do. And there's also all these other things. There's unequipped, and there's destroying, which is when it gets destroyed. We'll get all this stuff in a moment, but let's do activated. And then we connect it as a function. Bam. Now I want print activated. Well, this, you can just make a function here like that, but we're just gonna put usability. Oh yeah, I forgot. You have to put it after the function. Because no, I don't want parentheses. Here. You don't put parentheses, it'll automatically put the stuff inside for you. So now when we tap, it says activated. Now when we right click, now when you tap, just press keyboard, but when I tap the left mouse, it'll say activated. So now let's create just the part that shoots out. So local part is equal to instance. An instance is, well, anything. So instance.new, and then I'll just name it part. I see there's so many things that I could choose here, but I'm just gonna do part. Okay. A part is an object in the workspace. Like this base plate is a part. Pretty much, not everything is a part, but like this is a spawn location. I don't know if that counts as a part, but this is a part. It keeps multiple parts to make a big part. And then part dot parent equal to game dot workspace, or even simply just type in workspace, and it does the same thing. And then let's do part dot. Okay, as you can see, there are some things here. We already did parent. There's C-frame, size, position, rotation, name, transparency, blah blah blah. Okay, let's set anchored. Okay, anchored means that it will not be affected by gravity, and it will not be affected if something touches it. It will stay in the same place the whole time, unless you move it manually with the script. It will not be affected by physics, so that's what anchored means. Okay, so C-frame. C-frame is a position in the rotation. Okay, let's talk about positions and rotation first. Position is a vector 3. As you see, size is a vector 3. Oh, whoops. Rotation is a vector 3. Now, what are vector 3s? Vector 3 dot new. Vector 3s are coordinates x, y, and z. Okay, so if I set the part's position, so part dot position is equal to, and I can put vector 3 dot new 0, 0, 0. That means its position, its x position will be at 0. Its y position will be at 0. Its x position will be at 0. So if we press play, now let me tap, it bam, places a part out of position right here. If I tap again, it places another part, but they're overlapping, so you can't really see it. But if we tap here workspace, ooh, there's a whole bunch of parts, as you can see. If I keep on tapping, look, you can see it adds onto the parts. Now, part dot rotation. It's also vector 3. Because as you know, Roblox is 3D, not 2D. So there has to be 3 coordinates. Let me show you. So you use these things. There's select, there's move. You can move it in 3 ways. I'm pretty sure this is okay, let's see. This way is the x-axis. Okay, that's perfect because I want to start with the x-axis. It's left to right. Y-axis is up and down. As you can see, it's moving here. This is the position. And then the z-axis is forwards and backwards. So now if we tap rotate, as you can see, this is the x-axis. It's red. Okay, so if I do this, or wait, is it? Hold on, why is it changing that? Okay, let me move this up so I can actually rotate it. Now, if I rotate here, yeah, there you go. Now I rotate the x-axis. X-axis is red. This one I'm pretty sure was the z-axis, right? Yep. The z-axis is this one in the back, the axis in front, and the y is in the middle. X, Y, Z. And the y, you rotate by the y-axis. So if we wanted to stand up tall, we'd have to make the orientation like this. So we can tap this and press Control C. And go here, take all this, and put Control V. So now our part will be standing like that. So if we tap this, I did not expect that. Well, where does part even come from? Flip the workspace. So this is the part where oh, it is standing up. Look, you can see it standing up. It just was down underneath. So, anyways, we can do part dot size. Now if we go here, we press scale. There's 3. This one is the X scale. So if we go down here to size, yeah, we can increase it up. Look, it changes it by the X axis. X, Y, Z. The Y is blue. Oh no, the Z is blue. The Z is blue. And then it changes like this, and the Y is green. That changes by the Y axis. So if we wanted our part to be this big, we just copy this. Equal to vector 3 dot new, like that. And then now when we join game, if we tap this, bam, look, we create a new part. It's just underneath because 0, 0 is like the same place the workspace is. So anyway, the base plate. So you might be wondering what happens if we delete the base plate. Well, yeah, there's nothing. If we just smart character, it'll be on the spawn location. And if we try to fall, and yeah, we'll be free fall. But let me just add the base plate. You can press Control Z to undo, and Control Y to redo the undo. And oh, there's this thing. I did not ask for that. Okay, so now let's see. We want our position to be higher, so we can you can increase the Y to 3. So I have to move it up 3. Okay. So if I tap, bam, you can see it's a little bit higher. I want it to be even higher. So basically, okay, there you go. So I moved it by 3 studs up. So if you want to see how much 1 stud is, let's put the size to 1, 1. So that's how big 1 stud is. So if I tap here, this is how big a stud is. So every time you move something up, it'll move it up from here all the way up to here, and then move above here. Studs can actually be very big, so that's why, as you can see, they're very precise since they're so big. There's like the decimals go all the way to the 1000th place. For me, they're very big. But anyways, what we want to do now is we can set the part.name, which is basically what it will show it as. Let's name it as anything. So if you ever want to access the part from somewhere else, we show it as anything. This is our part. Now, if we can see there's this UI part toolbox, But what about client and server? Oh, whoops! Actually, stop it. So now, if I type here, it shows. So right now we're the client. We're the person playing our game. The server. Let's think of it as everyone else. Everything in the game besides the player. I mean, it can include the player, but let's just do this. This shows the main character. And then if we click workspace, where did our part go? You're probably wondering that if you just be like that part. As you can see, we're under a part, and then we can jump on top, all that stuff. So let me place it here. So, but then in the server, which means to everything else in the game besides you, there's no part. Why? Well, because we did this in a local script. This local script will only do things for the player, which is why it should only be used to get player input. Well, now what if you wanted to make a part that's on in for everybody else? So then let's go to server script service, which it plays scripts in the server. We can name it, let's just name it script. Okay. Now let's put, I copied it and I pasted it by pressing Control C and Control V. Now if we place a part, as you see, we have our anything part here. If we go to server, it shows you here too. So now it shows for everyone and everything in the server. But what if we want to get it whenever we press an ability? How are we going to do that? Well, that's called a client to server. I don't know. We have to connect the client and the server. So what we're gonna have to do is, let's see. Let's go to the replicate storage because that's where most of them are. So it's called a remote event. Don't worry about remote function. I don't know how to use this. I don't use remote event. So let me name this to ability. You can name whatever you want. This will connect this part here to the script here. Because remember, the script doesn't know who the local player is. It doesn't know who the best friend is. It only knows all the friends. So you have to talk to it and say, oh, I'm your best friend. So what we're going to do is local remote is equal to game.replicated storage dot ability. See, game is everything here. Everything here is part of game. So then the child of the game is replicate storage. So this gets replicate storage, and then we want to get ability. The ability is in replicate storage, so we do dot ability. Now, remote, and then we use the colon, and then fire server, and then we're going to put let's just put the name, which is anything. Okay, so now the script here, we're going to connect it. Local remote to game.replicate storage dot ability. Now remote, and then on serve. Wait, no. Remote dot. We put a dot. Not period. We put dot and then on server event. See, fire script and fire service call on the same remote event from local script. We call it from local script on the same remote event, which is ability, and now we're connected. So on server event, connect function, and then this gets us the player. It will always give us the player who sent us. It's basically like sending mail to them, you know. And this is the person who sent the mail, and then comma, oops, and then ability. Yes, there we go. Name, and then we could just place this inside here. We can put the name to ability name. So this is basically a variable now, and we can get the variable here. So it'll send the player, and it'll send everything after this. So it's basically imaginary. It puts player here. So then anything, and then let's see. Well, I don't want to stack multiple parts, so we can set the position to math dot. And give the math. But I'm gonna set to random. You put the minimum, which I'm gonna put to 100, max on 100. And the Y positions will be the same because I don't have a problem with those, and then the Z position will be different. So now it will set the position to within 100 studs of you, but it'll always be on a Y level of 6. Now if I tap, okay, now look at set part anything to there. If I tap again, it sends another anything part. Tap again, tap, tap, tap. But let's see if we click the server, it shows all of those parts, which means everything in the server can see the parts that we just placed. Okay, so now what we want to do is, whenever someone touches those parts, they take damage. Now, here's where things get complicated. So player, it's best if I show you. So in players, we have the player. This is me, which is here. Now player GUI. This is whatever's on our screen, you know, like this chat, the leaderboard. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that right now. This is the scripts. Now, we don't have any scripts in there right now except for the ones that I put in start character scripts. Now, when we go to workspace, there's another Mushi Creek zero. There's 2 Mushi Creek zeros. This is like divide, like this is us. Okay. If I delete this character, there's no more us, but we're still there. Okay, because this is our information. Yeah, delete. You can't press Control Z whenever you're actually in game. So, yeah. Let me just copy myself. Okay, this is me. I'm a part. I'm multiple parts combined into one. I'm multiple parts and accessories. If you press this, it shows all the children. As you see, I'm just multiple parts all combined into one. And when you combine multiple parts into one, it's called a model. And my model's name is Mushi Greeks. All these are my colors, my pants. This is my tool. This is the tool that I have. Okay. So to access this character, what we want to do is you put player.character, and this formats it for you, just in case you want to know. Now this gets the character, the model. A model is multiple parts together. So like you can see this, I can turn these two, I can turn it into a group. It basically groups them into a model. Okay, player.character. And if we press play again, and we go here to workspace, we have the humanoid here. This is our health. This is basically the regeneration, okay? This regenerates us over time. This is the humanoid. The humanoid saves all of our data. Well, not like all of our character data, like our health, if we're R15 or R6, let's see, we create the behavior. If we're jumping, like for example, if we jump, it'll set jump to true. Our floor material, which is the material we're on right now. So apparently the base plate is plastic, and then it shows air, whatever with the air. All this stuff is plastic, and if we're jumping, plastic, blue direction, all that stuff I don't think it's. But here is health. This is how you change the health. This is our walk speed. Okay. So part. This is how you get if something has touched another object. You put touched. Okay. This will fire. This is I forgot what it's called, but it's an event that will fire whenever a part touches another part as no physical movement. So if something touches it with movement, then it will fire that's touched, like physics. So what you saw here, we put the position manually into just a random one. So if this was touching the base plate, it would not fire. Okay, because we manually changed it, so it will not fire from that. But if the player walks into it, it's a result of physical movement. So it's dot touched, connect, function, Now here is the other part, the base part, the part that touched the part. So if the player touched the part, it would return whatever hit the part. I'll just name it. So then we print hit, so we can see what we hit. It'll put it in this console. Now if we tap, okay, it's all the way over there. I don't want to walk all the way over there. Let's see. Oh my god, they're all so far. Now if we touch this, look, it says handle. Yeah, well, it basically touched our handle, but now as you can see, it showed a whole bunch of things. Like human root part, upper torso. It could touch meshes. It could touch parts. As you see, all the stuff that's showing right here, we have right here. Upper torso, right upper leg, right upper arm, all of these things. So now, but humanoid root part, this is the thing we want. As you can see, these are all mesh parts. These are meshes. But this, well, not if you're R6. If your game is R6, it's going to show the mesh parts. But this is what we want, the humanoid root part. So now, if hit is equal, well, not hit, but hit.name is equal to humanoid root part. And we're going to set this to 3. So then its Y position, this Y level is at 3. So then, okay, so now to change the damage, oh, it's already shown. So you press tab, whatever, so when it autofills. So it gets the humanoid that I showed y'all before that controls the health. Hit.parent is the character, and then it finds the child. Find first child. There's wait for child, and find child. When it wait for child, it'll wait to see if it gets the child. When it finds it, it'll just try to find it once, and that's it. So the hit.parent, humanoid root part parent is the character, and then we'll find the child humanoid, and then it'll get the humanoid, and then it checks if we got a humanoid, then it sets its humanoid.health to 0. It gets the health of the humanoid, it sets it to 0, the health property. So if we tap here, and again we can see it in the server, it says any character that touches the part will die. So when your health is 0, you die. I think that was clear already. The humanoid root part is right here on your chest, not on your head, which means if I do this, I don't die. Oh, whoops, that kind of scared me. But anyways, our part didn't get deleted as you saw it, because now it's in the server, it's not in the client, it's not going to delete. So as you see, we are touching it with our right arm, but it's not doing it. You can see right hand, lower arm, lower arm, right hand. But our chest here is the humanoid root part. This is the torso. The humanoid root part is right here. So if I jump over it, oh whoops, yeah, that again. Let's see. So to actually see the humanoid root part, let me just do this. Oh, okay, so now you can visually see the humanoid root part. So this is basically when the part that collides, okay? Also, it is connected with our torso. It's basically just the whole upper body. So that's, if I jumped over it, it shouldn't have hit. I don't know why it did. But anyways, now if we touch it, bam, it sets our, oh, we walked over it. Yeah, as you see, it set our health to 0. Now, you can set our health to anything. Or, instead of doing that, take damage, parentheses, it'll automatically do the other parentheses for you, 99. So that's right, well, the remaining health will be 1. So if we go here, tap, oh my god, to walk all the way here. We took 99 damage, and our health is now 1. Oh my god. It's basically just humanoid.health is equal to humanoid.health minus, and then whatever number you put, so 99. Or instead of putting this, which is very complicated, it makes it easy just to minus equal, and then it subtracts that amount. So it's equal to it minus 5. So why is there take damage if you could just do that? Well, take damage, it's like, how do I explain? Force fields. So whenever you respawn, I don't know if it'll show for me, but you get a force field sometimes whenever you respawn. And then if you use take damage, if there's a force field on the person taking damage, they will not take damage. But if you use humanoid.health, they will take damage, force field or not. So if you walk here, we take it 5 damage as long as we're touching it. So if we touch it once, you'll take damage, but we'll only take damage once. We won't repeatedly take damage unless we're moving repeatedly. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we need to know about that. So if we wanted the part to move, okay. Remember C-frames? That was originally going to talk about C-frames. Let's just print part dot C-frame. A C-frame combines the position and the rotation. Okay, so this is the position right here, and this is the rotation. It's 9 digits. The rotation. So basically, this is the x-axis, the y-axis, the z-axis. Wait, yeah, and these two are rotate, and then these two are the y rotation. These two are the x rotation. Wait, no, there's 3. I cannot count. Y is showing E here, but okay. Yeah, it combines the position and the rotation. So we can print part dot position. So basically, we use the dot. You can either use it to get the property or the child. So what we want to do is we're gonna make a for loop. A for loop will repeat the loop, will repeat whatever's in the code for a set amount of times. For I equals 0. So I will be a variable. I'm making a new variable called I. And then this is how many times you want the for loop to repeat. So I'm just gonna do one. We could just do math. Actually no. Yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do for loops first. And then math dot huge, which is the biggest number. Oh, okay. But I don't know if that's gonna work here, so let's just put 1,000. For I equals 0, 1,000, 2. Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's another number you can put, but I forgot what it was, what it does. Oh yeah, it changes it by that number, so we can change it by 5. That's just increment, but automatically changes it by 1 if you don't say anything. And then here we just put n for my document. Now let's do part dot C frame is equal to part dot C frame. So its position and rotation is its position and rotation to world space. Wait, if I normally try to change it, it would change it relative to, let's say the compass is the x, y, and z of the world. It will change it relative to that. But I want it to be relative to itself. I want to move forwards, like, actually, see, as you can see here, look, front, x, y, z. Okay, here it is. So now, let's see, the front is here. So if I change its z position by up, it would always move in this direction, no matter what. Even if it was facing here, it would move left. If it was facing this way, it would move this way. But if I set relative to itself, it will move in the direction it's facing. And to set relative to itself, you have to use the world space. There might be an easier way to do this. I don't know, but this is how I do it. 0, no, and I use vector3 dot new, or is it C-frame? C-frame dot new. C-frame dot new 0, 0, and then the amount you want to change it. So once, if I do this, then it'll change it. It'll be 5,000 studs away from me. -5 moves it forwards, not backwards, forwards. And then we're going to use task dot wait. So nice, it'll wait a certain time before going again 0.2. Because if I don't put task dot wait, it'll like instantly do that. It'll instantly move it. I'm gonna be able to see. So if I tap, you can see, look, it moves towards the direction it's facing. Let's replace another one, move that way. They all face that way because they're all facing that way. But if I set their rotation to a random one, let me go here. I want it to be 0 here. And then we set the rotation here. Now if I do this, look, as you can see, they all move in a different. Oh well, they're all moving relative to themselves. See, this one's going that way, this one's going that way, this one's going that way. That's to world space. And they kill me, okay. So if I'm not going to change right now because that's going to take up too much time. But yeah, so let's set the size, instead of just a single stud, I'll take it bigger, like 5 studs. Okay, so now let's try to see what happens whenever we set the size bigger. Oh, now it's a way bigger block. And then you can make a game like this, but there's just one person who's just repeatedly tap. You have to dodge all of them. Oh no. Okay. They're just spawning out of nowhere. Like what just spawned in front of me, like how it happened just now. Oh my god. And they had to just dodge all, and I died. That's a pretty fun game. But anyways, what if we don't want it to be a cube? Part dot shape is equal to, okay. Now here's enum dot, wait, no, that's something else. Okay. Wait, no, I'm right. Shit. I think it's shoot. No. Enum dots. What is it? Wait, no, it's not even enum. You just put this ball. You just said it's a string. A string is basically in quotation marks. You're right. It's a ball. It's either ball or sphere. I think it's a ball. Lua was made to be like kid friendly. Yeah, there you go. So now there's just multiple balls that are just running around these. What if I want to set the color of the part? Part dot color. There's many ways you can set the color. At least color 3. New. It's set to RGB. You can select here. Yeah, I want to do red balls. That's like lava. So then when you tap here, now there's just red balls are colored. So then people know that it's not supposed to be. They have to try to dodge off. Oh. Okay. So now we don't really want it. So whenever they tap the mouse. But what if? Oh, whoops! Actually, goes there. No, use ability, fire anything. Wait, it's basically whenever we're moving, right? So. Oh, so that activated. Okay. So we just do while true. This is a while loop. So while this is true. So while whatever is in here is true, it will run this. And while true is true, then it's just gonna infinitely. So we'll fire server anything. So now, if we go here, oh, we're lagging. Oh, I forgot. You're supposed to put test that way, or else it'll do it instantly. Because remember, if you don't put test that way, it'll do it instantly. Oh my god, look, you see it placed so many parts. So you have to make it wait a while before adding another one. And as you see, oh my god, it's just balls everywhere. So, anyways, so you just gotta jump over this. And yeah, you can dodge all of them. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Wait a second, I forgot, we haven't destroyed them yet. We haven't even destroyed them yet because they're just everywhere. When this for loop finishes, it just leaves them. So if you want to remove a part, just use the part, and then destroy. And then bam, it destroys it. And now, it's just sending that everywhere, but now they become destroyed. They delete after. As either something being created, and oh, I'm lagging so bad. Oh my god, I'm lagging. Oh, and by the way, the more people there are, the more it will spawn. Oh my god, I'm lagging so hard. They're so ready. Anyways, Rogue just says that it spawns every 1 second. And let me set this that's 25. Okay, as he says, when you try to do a part dot destroy, no, not part colon destroy. Since the instance of parent party to nil locks the party, disconnects all connections called destroy on the children. So that means it doesn't actually destroy; it just sets the parent to nil. Oh, whatever. Anyways, so whenever you destroy a part, you can also use part. You can still use part because remember, even if you destroy it, you can still access it. The parent property is just nil. Dot destroying, which means that it is destroyed. Yeah, as you see, when it's destroying, we can connect function. It will just print destroying. Let's see if that works. So now whenever it destroys, it should print, but it doesn't. I think it's because it already became destroyed, so I wouldn't be able to tell. But you can do this. Let's see. Let's do task dot spawn, which means I think it'll just run it like without everything else. Like it'll continue after it won't just wait for that to go. Yeah, there we go. So it'll run that code, but it'll keep the thing, so it won't wait. Yeah, there you go. So now it calls whenever it destroys. See, when it destroys, it'll call that. Basically, how literally every single programming language works, it does this, then it does the next thing, then it does the next thing, then it does the next thing, and then it does the next thing. Okay, so if we call this, and then we go here, and then we destroy it, I don't think this would run. But task.spawn, it allows this to run while this is running, and while this is running. Okay, so I think that's all I really needed to cover. So far what we've learned is that we get the player, and we get the user input service, and we can detect whenever a key is pressed. We get the remote to connect to server, and then we use the while loop to connect this to server. So while this is true, it will fire the server anything. Or we can just name the part to part, and we'll name it part. And we also learned that we can use the tool that activated to check whenever the tool is tapped on. Now, when we use remote events to connect to the scripts, then whenever it's connected to an event that's fired, it will place a new part in the workspace in a random position or random rotation. It'll make it a ball, it'll change its size, its color, its name. It'll change its name to the name that we put here. And it will basically, for 25 times, it will move relative to itself 5 forwards. And whenever it's touched, if it touches a humanoid root part, if it touches a player's chest, it will try to get the humanoid, which stores the player's data, or the properties of the player. It will change itself by -5. So even if the player has a force field on, it will still hurt them. Or we can just use humanoid, take damage, and then 5. You don't have to put -5, just 5. And then it'll wait before repeating again. And then once the while loop is done, it'll destroy the part. So that way our code is clean, nothing gets left. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share, as helps the channel. My goal is 500 subscribers, and I need you guys' help to help me get there. So yeah, and next video I'll show you all how to use stuff like effects and